Hey everybody, it's Mandy for Gangel-worthy Treasures. We're doing some chaos magic today. I'm in charge of filming, so I found the nearest Savers. It's here in Kirkwood, which I'm not sure if that's a town or just a neighborhood in the greater St. Louis area. So we're gonna go see what we can find. Savers has historically in the Kansas City area has been a really good place to find hard goods and just cute decor for me. So we'll see if I end up with any actual treasures today. If I end up with anything, haha. If you haven't subscribed already, you should definitely do that. You have the best chances of seeing Mandy and Mom all on the camera together. And let's go see what we find. Thanks.
Okay, hard goods I promised, and hard goods we got. I paused for a little bit with this chubby little bird, and I was like, it's cute, but I'm pretty sure those are everywhere. Not what I wanted to start off by getting. So, I love all the little figurines. I looked at this bowl, I guess. It reminded me of Francoma. With the color gradation, but it didn't have a maker's mark, so I had to pass on that. There's this cute little jar that said fromage and cheese, and I was like, I didn't know I needed a cheese jar, but now I might. I had to keep telling myself, I'm here for the shop, I'm not here for me, I'm not going to buy anything. So, I did not research any of these show plates. I did see some of them were like Saturday Night Post type ones, but typically if it's in Goodwill, if it's ended up in Goodwill, they're the more common ones and they're not like the whole set. If you're new to Savers, welcome to the Wall of Bags. This is a big fan item for those of us who love a Savers. There's just a bunch of sometimes similar items that make sense together, like a bunch of tea lights or a bunch of little jars. And sometimes they're really random, like a bag of like potpourri items, or I don't know. I was actually trying to figure out what something else was in a different bag, so I'm sorry for taking so long on that. I wasn't brave enough to like break open the plastic and actually figure it out, so I had to move on. There were so many things. This was an extensive wall of bags. Cute little greeting cards and arts and crafts items and shot glasses and measuring glasses and yeah, just all the little clutter that you probably don't need to clutter your house up with. But if you were doing a project, this is a great place to look for arts and crafts and decorative items. They're typically $1, $2, $3, depending on what's in there, the size of the bag, and it's always so much cheaper than, a brand new version, as thrifting is. But this is like really good deals that make sense. Like that bag of tea lights right there was like $2. So I did not get the pine cones. I already have a bag of pine cones from here. Just like I did not get the bag of seashells because I already have seashells from gosh knows where. I think I was trying to figure out at one point if there was like this box, and I was like, is that candles? Because it said like bakery set. I was like, is it candles? Is it essential oils? I'm not sure. So plenty of things that I was interested in, but nothing that I committed to getting for the shop. But I kept reminding myself, I'm not here for me. Otherwise, I would have definitely gotten some of those crowns, if not all of those crowns. I'm not, I don't suffer from hoarding, but I do a lot of adult coloring. And then there's a jar of Mod Podge, and there's stamps, and there's just so much arts and craft supplies. Please don't ever buy your arts and craft supplies brand new, because you can go here, get you a little plastic baggie full of yarn or something, and get to making for a lot cheaper. So I think it just sort of rambled into kitchen supplies. There were cute bunny napkins. I don't know how good you can see the print, but they were adorable. And I was like, I don't need kitchen stuff in bags. So we went over to hard goods. This is a cute jar. I looked it up. It is modern, but it's like in vogue right now. So if you would buy that from me off of Whatnot, let me know in the comments. I missed this vintage jadeite mixing bowl because I was over here with this double lidded thing because I have a personal problem with containers. I love things to put things in. Mom actually noticed that vintage mixing bowl when I played it back when I got home. Unfortunately, it's not a big resale margin. They're fairly common. There's a lot of them listed, so that won't necessarily be something that I go back for. We looked at all the pots and pans because I always have my eye out for Le Creuset pieces. There weren't any. I was trying to figure out what the heck that thing was. I think it was like actually a part of a bread machine. But a little bit sparse. None of the pots and pans really caught my attention. Of course, if you had no pots and pans, this is a great place to thrift them from. Serving trays, they had some really cute like plastic serving trays on the bottom shelf that I was like not gonna go look up close and personal at because again, here for the shop. I'm not here to spend money for me. The amount of coffee pots without coffee makers, I'm like, can we just recycle these? I don't think anybody is specifically shopping for coffee pots unless you're going to do like maybe if you host scouts or something and you're going to have everybody make a terrarium and use coffee pots. That's the only upcycle I can think of. I looked at these dehydrators and I thought, we have two, and I don't know that they're that popular in the rest of the world. And I saw this partial set, like fondue set, but it doesn't have like the burner holder and the bigger pot and all the things that you would want. So I was like, I don't want to take that on because then you'd have to worry about finding the rest of the stuff to make it a complete set, which is probably why it's at Savers in the first place. I went and hung out with the cups. That was a really cute little little Christmas sippy cup. And I was like, not going to get it, not going to get things for me. Little parfait container. I think it's a parfait container because there's like a little slot for a spoon that was missing in the lid. That was so cute. Like I said, I have this thing about containers. I love things that hold things. But I did really good. I didn't buy any of those things. I stopped and looked at these, I don't know, water bottles, Snoopy head water bottles, and the way that there's plastic loops on either end makes it look like it's supposed to have some kind of chain or strap around it to like take it with you. But there was no maker's mark and we couldn't actually find that specific one. But there are things like that as far as like collectible vintage Snoopy Peanuts items. Bakeware. There's all kinds of molds and fun cake shapes and sizes of muffins and things. I was checking this Pyrex dish out to see if it was vintage. It was smooth on the inside, so I was like, oh, that's a modern remake. While I appreciate the style, and I know that the 70s ware is having a revival moment, the modern remake pieces don't resell, obviously, as same as the actual vintage pieces. So we didn't get that one. Then we wandered over around in, I don't know what to call this, random kitchenware. I looked at the salad spinner, but then I was like, just because I'm crazy about salad spinners, I don't know that that means the rest of the world would want to buy one from me. So it's so funny to think about all the different perspectives of like, what do I want for me? Or what would I think, we want for the house? I resisted the urge to buy seasonal themed ice cube trays. I do have a tonsillectomy coming up, so ice cubes are on my mind. I felt like there was a lot of ice cube trays here, but I didn't get any. I was focused. I don't know what these grill things are for. They're long and skinny and like rectangular, and I was like, I don't know what fits in there. Maybe they're for kebabs. Could you comment and let me know if those are like kebab grill things? Should I go back for those? Round ice cubes for some reason, ice cube tray, or maybe it's a candy mold. I don't know. I saw that popcorn popper jar pitcher. I don't know what you want to call it. I saw this and I knew it was like fairly common. But when I looked it up, there were so many listed and not that many moved. So, and then there's corn on the cob trays. How cute. So you don't have to mess up your butter. I love that. It's very summertimey. I don't know. I mean, I know they do it on purpose, but um, I liked seeing all that relevant summer stuff out on the shelf. I think I looked at those hot pots because they looked vintage-y, or those pot holders, but I was like, no, I'm not buying 12 vintage. Nobody wants that. So if you do want that, please make sure to comment and let me know what to go back for. I saw the green carnival glass on the bottom, but that is the most common color. And because it was just a big tray, I didn't grab it. A cute little melamine, that's actually plastic melamine ivy tray. It was all by itself, so I was like, if I was shopping specifically for a whatnot show, I would get it, but not actually looking for that. So we're not having a whole bunch of luck so far. I stopped and was thinking about ashtrays for the back garden for when we have people over. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm not shopping for me. I'm trying to shop for the shop. We're trying to find treasures. So I kept going. Lots of glass and fake crystalware and possibly some real crystalware, but clear glass and clear crystal and stuff just does not photograph well. So it would have to be like a breathtaking piece for me to consider even going to the trouble of having to pat it to ship it and worry about it. And woof, no thank you. So I always look through plates. I know not everybody needs plates, but I always have my eye out for my 925 Hall pie plate, and is it a tart plate or anyways, my happy plate. It's very rare. There's not a lot of them. I did not find one here, but I always go through plates just in case because you never know. I did see some good stoneware. I just happen to prefer stoneware for my flatware for life. It's not necessarily looking for any one specific kind for the shop. There was some Falstaff right there, but that's actually a modern remake versus like the vintage brown and blue. So I did not get those, especially considering that they're not a whole set. I looked at these cuties. There was only 2 of them, and then I think the bottom just said like a town name in Mexico. So I was like, that's not enough to look up. Again, really cute. If I was sourcing for a whatnot show, I might get it, but it's not working for eBay. Cute little apple trays for some reason. I don't know what you would put on those, but that was the end of the flatware and the plates. There's a cute little end cap of just pet bowls that I thought was adorable that they had sort of gathered together. That Alpo one kind of caught my eye, and I think it would probably mean more to Disney fans. I don't know if in the vintage world, if anybody's like, ooh, Alpo stuff, but there are plenty listed, and they're only going for $10 or $12, so that wouldn't have been a big enough profit margin to put it on eBay. And now we're into all the signs and decor, things for the walls and things for the shelves. I love boxes. I know this is the umpteenth time I'm talking about containers, but I did so good to not get anything for me. I didn't even touch that butterfly box, so I did great. If you see anything from here specifically that you want me to go back for, you should definitely let me know. Those are just all the signs that say things that I'm not a big fan.
Okay, we're back. I did not see anything that hit me as like, oh, this is vintage, I need to look this up. I saw a couple items that I thought would be more appropriate for like a whatnot sale, things that are just handy or cute or cottagecore. So what you'll have noticed at this point in the video is that I went back and researched things that I paused on, and either there was a screenshot because I found it, and we had some educational moments on whether or not I should have got that, or there wasn't a screenshot because it just isn't out there in the universe, because there's just so much stuff. There's so much stuff in the world, in the thrift world. So if there was something that you would have bought either on eBay or on a Whatnot show, please put that in the comments and let us know what we should go back for. We are, like we said before, transitioning and focusing on just what's selling more and what's more popular versus what's like actually a collector's item. If you haven't before, hit that bell because then you'll get notifications for the next adventure and you'll be able to tune back in for part 2 to see what we go back for. Thank you so much to everybody for liking and watching. We have more than 100 subscribers at this point, so we are going to be releasing merch soon. There's going to be totes and t-shirts, and yeah, maybe we'll do a sneak peek on the mock-ups for that soon. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.